your host for the truth from Central Hudson, actor, co-host Frank Carrera, and from Central Hudson, actor, producer, frontman, your host, Andrew the Truth Washington.
Hey, thanks for watching The Truth with Andrew Washington and Frank Carrera. Frank's still on vacation. He'll be back to these parts tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get him on one of these episodes. So I was doing a little watching in the news today, and some crazy things out there. You got this guy, Santos, from the Washington Nationals, turned down a 15-year, $440 million contract. That's got to be the dumbest thing I've seen so far. One, no one gives contracts for 15 years, so he should be lucky. He's locked in, doesn't have to worry about trade, arbitration, doesn't have to worry about any of that for the rest of his life. $440 million over 15 years. Now all of a sudden you have somebody in your ear telling you hold out. You can get more. So what if you break your leg? What if something happens and you can't hit the ball anymore? Then what, Mr. Santos? Now your $440 million becomes $440,000. That was pretty stupid. So I hear that Gronkowski, he's retiring. He's calling quits. He's giving it up. No more football for him. He realizes that he can make more money doing endorsements. Good for you, Gronkowski. Now what's Brady going to do? I wonder if he can win any more rings without Gronk. Speaking of rings, I hear J-Lo just got married. So I think she only needs 2 more rings to catch up to Tom Brady. So let's see how that goes. Keep going, J-Lo. We're rooting for you. I did some things over the past week. I did this event in Queens at one of the parks, which is really cool. We got to go right in the center of the park, did some magic. And then out of nowhere, the other day, I was going to the junior fireman's tournament for the Bayshore Redskins and see the kids out there run. And I got a call about another event that was happening in Bellport, and it was just about a mile and a half away from one another. So I decided I was going to go to this event, and boy, oh boy, did I have a good time. Bobby, we got some pictures up there. So here, the Suffolk County Police Department was putting this event together. It's the 5th precinct. So I got to walk around and mingle with a lot of them. I got to do, of course, some magic. Here I am taking a photo of someone taking a photo of me. I have no idea who she is, but she's found me now since on social media, and she's been sending messages to my posts, and she likes them. And it's pretty cool. And this guy right here, Mr. Ben Harper, he was the longtime ticket manager for the Long Island Ducks. He happened to be working at this event, and him and I, we really had a good thing going, and it was great to see Ben out there. And then we have Ben on the grill. This is what I first walked into, is Ben on the grill doing what he does. He's like the grill master, man. I miss working with Benny. They had some face painters out there getting their face done up. If I had anything to say, it would have been Dina, my love. She's one of the best around, but you know what? Everyone does what they do. And somehow, some way, I was able to throw in a little bit of magic. Now, I want you to watch the officer, because after this one coin vanishes, his eyes follow my every movement with my hand. Every move with my hand, his eyes. If my hands went here, his eyes went here. If I went up here, he went up there. Had I known this at the time, I would have had a lot of fun with that dude. I would have started putting my hand in circles like this. But check out this video with one of the police officers from the 5th precinct at the event in Bellport. So that wasn't the exact one I was talking about, but that one was still pretty damn cool. So the one I was actually talking about is going to come up in one of the commercial breaks. So during the commercial break, make sure that you stay tuned there and watch, because I have some amazing stuff that I've been doing lately, and I'm going to continue doing it. And now they have this comedy thing coming about. Oh my Lord. Speaking of comedy, you guys know who our guest is today. He's a comedian. He's an actor. He's a jackass. He's a friend. But you know what? He's also a chef. Well, when we come back from a commercial break, I am going to give this guy, Pat Marone, the biggest introduction that he's ever gotten in his life. We're going to pull a DR and take a commercial break after 5 minutes, and we'll be right back after this.
She's gonna freak out. I didn't see it. No. Alright, it didn't break this time. A little bit of wine is all made it down. Let me see that. She's freaked out. She's freaked out. She's like, okay, nah. I told you to come in the double.
And we're back, and for another 10 seconds, I'm going to have control of this show. As I was telling you before, our guest, he's a funny man, Long Island. I just knocked my soda over. Yep. He's a funny man, Long Island. He's got me fidgety already. He's the chef at one of these senior living centers. He recently has just come from Supermarket Challenge on the Food Network. I call him my friend, but I only like him when I don't see him. Because when he's here, like he is now, I'm going to lose control. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Pat Marone. Hey, I'll do it for you.
All right, man.
Oh, shit, you caught over there.
I caught. At least I didn't knock my soda over.
I know. I don't even know how he did that. It was sitting up.
Well, you know, you're a little wacky, you know. But, you know, thank you for having me on. I'm so happy to be on here with you, you know.
Did you have other options?
I missed you. No, I didn't. Just like yourself. You were desperate. You needed a guest, and you got me. But I'm so happy to be on here with you.
Well, thanks for coming,
Good
Pat.
to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time.
I know, because you've been busy.
Yeah, I've been a little busy, yeah.
So before we get into...
Before we get into anything, you were talking about the baseball player in the beginning who turned down the contract,
Yeah.
right? Get the name right.
I didn't know it. I don't care.
It was Juan Soto.
I said Santos.
No, it's Juan Soto.
John
Santo was the comedian.
I didn't care.
And nobody's offering him nothing.
Listen, I don't care.
You don't care? But you got to get this thing right.
I don't care. Washington Nationals, that's all we had to do. Just go look at Washington Nationals.
But if you want to be a good...
So, before Pat came back...
But you said I was on a supermarket challenge.
No, I didn't. I said supermarket stakeout.
No, you didn't.
Come on, man. Rewind it.
Let's rewind it. Big roll the tape.
Rewind the tape.
All right. So anyway, it's your show. Let's
Holy shit. All right. So, Pat, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing great. So, I hear that you were recently on the Food Channel?
Yes, I was on the Food Network, Supermarket Stakeout. There it is. See, he's got the...
he's got the Food Network.
Supermarket Stakeout.
Supermarket Stakeout.
Yes.
So, I kind of have like a celebrity with me right now.
Well, not really, but, you know...
well, look at you.
Look at me. That's it, yeah.
That's
Burpin' Bobby.
That's Burpin' Bobby.
Not Bobby that runs the studio. That's Burpin' Bobby, the game.
Bobby.
Yeah.
So you guys shot this in a parking lot, huh?
Shot it in a parking lot in Arizona. And there's Megan. She was my finalist. I was a finalist with her, but she's a good kid. And
good kid.
Kid, well, everybody's a kid.
Everybody's a kid to you, right?
That's Kyle and Corbin, the other two chefs. But they were great people. It was a lot of fun.
Well, I noticed there, And that shot there, you guys all had money in your hand. For those who don't know how this goes, it's Supermarket Challenge. These guys are stakeout.
Supermarket stakeout.
Okay, I said it that time because you put it in my head. Supermarket stakeout. These guys are standing outside the shopping market, looking a little bit creepy, with money in their hand, trying to purchase the items that someone just purchased. Now, I watched, right, and I just want to say, because right off the bat, you let me down from the very beginning.
Right.
You let that guy drive up the price of that cart to the point. He's like, yeah, now I got. He made you spend more than you needed to spend on that
Yeah, but I
bag.
ended up.
I get that, but I mean.
Yeah, but that's all right. Listen.
Was that in your head, like
No. I played things a little laid back in that thing because what's meant to be is meant to be. When I got, if it was meant to be for me to have that.
I felt bad for that one guy. The stuff that he got.
Oh, he bought. Yeah, but it's not an easy competition. First of all. And plus, I had Bell's palsy in the competition.
Yes, I remember that just from us being friends. That
it was
so.
It was if you. I didn't really
that
get
was
my
like the
first
tail
self
end
on
of it,
TV.
right?
No, it was like the second week.
Oh, jeez.
So I was going through physical therapy and trying to get my speech back, and so I wasn't really myself, act like wise. So I was like a little laid back. Yeah, it was tough. It wasn't easy. Then I chipped my tooth the night before. I said, "What's going to happen next? The plane's going to go down?"
I wouldn't even have thought that, but yeah.
Well, I did. I told my girlfriend that. She bought me a panini sandwich and the tooth cracked in her. I said, "What's going to happen next? The plane's going to go down?"
Speaking of planes, there's usually I don't like to fly. There's usually a plane accident a week before I fly since I was 13.
Really?
Anytime I'm about to fly. So it's gotten to the point that it's bad, but I'm watching the news before I fly now for
yeah, well, I can understand.
And I'm not talking about deaths. It could be a runway accident or whatever, but...
Well, look at me. Look at the size of me, right? I figure, we're going to food now. They put me in first class. They put me in a no class section. I was in the back. They were giving me scraps from the people in the first class. I mean, I was, and then I was squeezed in like a sardine. Thank God I got the window seat.
Oh, that's the best, so you can put your whole face against
6 hours in the air like this. I look like Ed Sullivan. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was great. It was great. I would do it again in a minute. It was a lot of fun.
So, like you said, you were one of the finalists. Usually, it's just the two of you, and you have the cook-off.
Right.
What did you think about the whole process?
Now the end of that, where I was they didn't show a lot on the TV. I couldn't get the ingredients I wanted, and then for a while nobody was coming out of the store. So you got to switch gears. What you want to do? I wanted to do a s'mores, so that's why I was looking for marshmallows, and just everything.
They just weren't doing what you wanted.
I was getting like an anxiety attack waiting to come out. I said, "Where the hell are the shoppers? I mean, what is this like? She's over there cooking already, baking and everything." And then they have a glamping dessert. I don't even know what glamping is. Do I look like a glamper to you?
You're a chef.
Yeah, but I'm not a glamp. I don't even know I still don't even know what glamping is.
Can you do me a favor, and most of the people watching, all three of them?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what a glamper is? I know what it is. So I didn't ask you, Bobby. I said three watching.
I guess it's Bobby should tell us, but I didn't know about it.
Bobby, what is it?
It's like a high-end camping glamorous camping. Yeah. Do I look like I go camping?
Glamorous camping. People try to put new names on anything.
Yeah. Well.
What is glamorous camping? When you sit by the water, you go by the campfire,
then
you go to your hotel?
I was thinking, when you're camping now I'm trying to put my dessert together. Now you're camping now, and you don't have an oven. You don't have this. So how am I going to cook this thing,
Like an open fire type thing.
Yeah, so it's not easy. But it was a lot of fun. I wanted to get to the finals. I didn't care about the money. I wanted to win, naturally, because I like to win. I'm a competitor. But it all was a great experience to me. It really was. The film crew, everybody, they treat you like a star. It was
that's really good.
Really terrific.
So how hard is it? Because I hope to one day be in a similar position on one of these talent shows where you filmed the show months ago.
Yeah. You got to keep your mouth shut. You can't talk about it.
How hard is that?
It is difficult. It probably would have been more difficult if I won.
Right.
But,
when they see you driving around in a new car.
No, they don't give you the gift until it airs. They don't give you the prize until it airs, So Megan had to wait for a while. It was our secret. I was with the other chefs. We used to text. When's this going to come on? Yeah, we still texted to say, when are they going to be on, Oh, my God. And then we talked to other contestants that were in the shows, and the guy said, we were on a little podcast together, and the guy said, after 3 weeks after the show, agents were contacting me. I said, the only agents that are going to be contacting me is the FBI.
The FBI. Oh my gosh! So the whole experience, how from beginning to end, like how did you get on?
Well, you know what? Somebody from the Strong Island TV personalities, Teresa Farrell, she sent me an email with that they're looking for chefs on this show, Supermarket Steakhouse. She said, "Why don't you apply? This would be perfect for you." So I said, I applied. They called me back. I did a Skype interview. And I did a couple of these Skype interviews before, and I was a little stiff. I said, this time, I'm just going to be myself and let it out. And I had the woman laughing, and she says, if we can't use you for this, can I use you for other things? So we had fun. I felt like I nailed the interview, and then they called me back.
That's good.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't realize, I don't know why my eyes just is to like woke up.
You're so excited to see me. You were crying.
I don't understand. But what people don't realize that these are that's good. these are reality TV shows, and your personality counts more than sometimes your talent. So I know, like speaking to Ben Harper, who we had the picture up there of him earlier. His daughter was in one of the dance shows that appeared on national TV. But she didn't have the story, she didn't have the drama to go behind it, so she made it as far as the last cut before the live shows. Yeah. She had every bit of the talent, and it's funny because she's in national commercials all over.
That's what sucks about reality TV, because I know people that were, a friend of mine had a business, they wanted to make him play a villain. So you're trying to run a business, you don't want to look like an idiot on TV and ruin your business. So that's what's good about this. You can be yourself. It's a real competition. Everything is on the level.
Well, you explained a little bit why you weren't totally yourself on the show, but you explained why. Because you have more humor to you.
Oh, yeah. I had a couple of... I watch it. I don't really watch myself, and I watch it again. And I seen a couple of my friends pointed out all the one-liners I had. I had a couple of good one-liners in there, but I wasn't my jovial. So like Alex Gonaselli says, Pat, smile. I said, I can't. I got bells.
Yeah, well, that one you can understand.
I said, I look like Mary Jo Buttafuoco. How am I going to smile?
Speaking of Mary Jo, I don't know where I was, but I was listening to someone talk about how they bought his house.
Oh, yeah?
So that's like a big thing. It's like, oh, do you know that we... Like, is that something you want to really talk about?
Is it like the Amityville Horror House?
Yeah, right. No, but this is anything to drive up the price. Yeah. But anyway, with how things went on the show, and you guys are still in communication. Like you guys made a friendship.
Mm-hmm. I met a contestants, chefs from other shows. We hung out in Phoenix, and we went out to dinner one night. So I met a lot of nice people there. It was really nice,
That's cool. How was it? The folks back at your workplace, they gave you a viewing party, and I saw that I wasn't invited, by the way.
Oh, it was nice. We did it for the residents because...
I saw that you had a red carpet.
It was nice because, Stella, who's the executive director of the place, she always does things nice. She makes it theatrical, and so the residents were always asking me, and they knew I was going out to Arizona to film. I told them that.
Right, so they
when
were
are you going to be on? When are you going to be on? When are you going to be on?
That must have been crazy.
When are you going to be on? And they're saying... how did you do? I said, I can't tell you. When are you going to be on? So to make it special for them, we put it on, and we did it in the theater we have there. And it was really nice. They all fell asleep after the first 5 minutes, but it was nice. I mean,
wow, they lasted longer than I did.
It's like my comedy shows. They fell asleep. Half the audience is sleeping anyway. So
that must have made you feel.
It was nice. It was nice. And they gave me a plaque for the Jackie Gleason thing as a gift. Because I do the Jackie Gleason.
We'll get to that. One last thing about that is how was it watching yourself on TV? I know we see things, we see videos, we do so many things, we see ourselves on Facebook. But how was it watching yourself on national TV?
I'll give you a funny story. Me, it's no big deal because I've been on a few times. But when my grandson, my girlfriend's grandson, he calls me Grandpa, he's my grandson. When he was, I think he's 4 years old, they were all sitting there watching it as I was out. And all of a sudden he goes, look, Grandpa's on TV. So he was like all excited that I was on TV. He couldn't wait to tell me he was on TV. So
he couldn't wait to tell you that you were on TV.
Yeah. So it was pretty fun. That was nice. But yeah, it was. I'm too critical when I watch myself on TV. Now I'm checking about how my jaw was looking, and I'm looking about what if I did this right, and I did. So I'm too critical of myself. So I can't really enjoy it.
I'm the same way.
I can't really enjoy it.
and
Just like if I watch a movie that I'm in, I'm just too critical. I'm not enjoying it.
yeah, I understand that because I watch everything that I do way different than anybody else watches it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking for things, like with my magic, I'm looking for things that you're not supposed to see. Like you don't see them on, but still I could have done it better. And sometimes it's like when you're cooking, you have the food just right, but you add something else to it. Now you screw it totally up.
Yeah, but you know the beauty of cooking, you can always start over.
Yeah, not when you get too
But
salty.
the funny part about this, with the residents watching it, now they want me to make those dishes that I made on the show for them.
Oh, wow.
So
look at
I'm going to
that.
put it on the menu like one every month. I'm going to put one of the dishes on.
Look at that.
Yeah. So,
but that's something cool that you can do. Now,
Yeah.
you have leeway with the menu.
Yeah,
You got to watch diets. And
I just
stuff
have to
like
watch. Like if I change something, I just put a substitute that I substituted this for that day.
Yeah.
Special event. You know, because I got to do holidays. Like if there's Jewish holidays or Christmas, 4th of July, Memorial Day, I do barbecues and stuff. Might not be on the cycle menu, so they give you leeway to change and do things every couple of months. I do a 4-week cycle menu there.
There's no special request on a daily.
Yeah. I
Oh,
do
yeah.
special. I put somebody's thing on there.
Well, I figure they're paying all that money to be there. They get to pick what they want
Hey,
to
listen,
eat.
I try to make things very appetizer for them, and I try to make them enjoy it because it is the most important part of their day.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, this has been awesome so far. I'm glad we got to talk about that. We're going to take a commercial break right now, and then we're going to get back to talking about Pat and the acting part of Pat.
All right.
We'll be back after this.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling.
It's musical. It's magical.
This is a sexy show. Someone's getting some action.
Now, these larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey. The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor,
You like De Niro and Cape Fear. Counselor!
entertainment,
Jesse's girl.
Wonderful.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
and optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
There's courage, there's tenacity, and then there's luck. So I'm gonna just hold these right here. I'm gonna take one coin, right? Okay. And I'm gonna say, I just have these two on, but watch this. So that actually went away. So when you frisk me, you better do a good goddamn job. Because I'll be flipping shit all over. He's still looking. So it's gone. It's gone. That's why I wear short sleeves. They're like, yo, it's up your sleeve. No, it's not.
That dude's
was
head
nice.
just
You
followed
finally-
me.
you
His are
finally-
up,
you
down.
finally
left.
did- you
That's
finally-
the longest I've been around that many cops and not had handcuffs on.
Well, listen, you should do the one like in the honeymoons when you ain't boofing right. You ever see that episode?
Don't
when you,
show
when you
me.
handcuff each other, you know, and then you
No.
have the trick handcuffs. Yeah.
I probably did because I watched probably every bit
When
of
they
the
were on a
honeymoon.
vacation, they were on the raccoon convention.
Speaking of honeymooners,
Yes, that was a good a segue, right?
yeah, it was. We just, we, you know, we just, this has been flowing like we rehearsed this. I haven't seen Pat in 3 months. You've been doing something, and I'm sorry I couldn't get out to see it, but I definitely wanted to. You've been doing something that was pretty big and has taken up a lot of your time.
Yes, the honeymooners.
You've been
I
watching
play
it?
Ed Norton.
Oh, you play. You do look like I played Ralph Cramden once. So Pat Marone played Ralph Cramden in The Honeymooners, and you did this where?
At the View Grill in Glen Cove.
The View Grill. I'm trying to pull it out. I mean, you know, how many nights did you do this? Is
You
this
don't have to pull it out. I
ongoing?
mean, I'll tell you. We
So
did
we'll
it.
get there.
We did the episode "My Aching Back." Anybody knows the honeymooners? We did the episode. Now, when we do one of the episodes, Freddie DeMena, who plays Art Carney, who plays Ed Norton, he's a big honeymooners buff like myself. And when we do these plays, we do it. We don't have we copy what they did on TV,
Right.
the mistakes and everything.
Right.
We
You
want to make it authentic.
Right,
Yeah.
good.
And yeah, if anybody knows the honeymooners, there's a lot of mistakes. So, you know, that we catch, honeymooners fans, you watch it over and you can realize where the mistakes are. So we did hours and hours of rehearsal. I have, we used to just like roll the tape back, watch it. You know, after we got our lines done, we were actually rehearsing on Zoom. So the good thing about Zoom, I mean, it's not good for doing stand-up comedy.
No.
It's good for rehearsing, and you know, so we had all the lines done, and the blocking, which is the movements. It spent a lot of time because we were trying to get everything down to a T, and I think I got, you know.
Well,
like you said, when you're a perfectionist, I feel I may, you know, you could do a little better in certain areas.
You're going to get a
fun.
chance to critique yourself.
Yes, yes.
Because we have a clip of you from the Honeymooners
Yes.
that we're about to play right now. Grab your popcorn, kick your legs back, sit back, and enjoy this.
I know my realm. The minute he comes through that door, you're going to see the most exhausted, worn-out man in the world. He's going to say, Alice, in all my 15 years of driving a bus, this was the worst day I ever had. Then he'll drag his weary body over and collapse in this chair and say, oh, never thought I'd make it. Then, to top it all off, Trixie, he'll probably say, I wish I could go with your dear mothers, honey, but I'm afraid you'll just have to go without me.
Exaggerating.
No, it's the way it goes.
In all the 15 years that I've been this is the worst day I've ever had in my life. Oh, never thought I'd make it. Hiya, Trix.
Hi.
Alice, I'd love to go with you to your mother's tonight, but I'm afraid you'll have to go by yourself.
Well, you can't stay home here. I have nothing prepared for supper.
Doesn't make any difference. I'm too tired to eat anyway. Go in here, put some water on my face before I collapse. Don't worry about me eating. I haven't got the energy to pick up a fork.
My boy is too tired to eat. In exactly 10 seconds, he's going to yell out here, Alice, any leftovers from last night's supper? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Alice, any leftovers from last night's supper?
He sure sticks to the script.
I was watching on my phone. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We did, that's our second episode that we've done. We did, before the pandemic, we did the Christmas episode. Twas the night before Christmas.
Oh, my lord.
With the 2,000 matchsticks glued together and stuff.
I have to go back and look at it. Is there places now?
Well, we're gonna do in October, if we get everything done. We're gonna do Part in My Glove. That's with Andre, the interior decorator. And
you guys are too into your honeymooners.
yeah, so well, I know. I'm just saying that's what we're gonna do, and then we'll see. Because we have the set built. This guy Tony Tripp built the set. So the set.
Yeah, it was spot.
We gotta try to stick to the script.
You try to work within whenever they use
Right.
set.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense for, especially the price of wood today.
Yeah.
It's very expensive. Very expensive.
What about the price of gas?
Oh, I can't even talk about it. That's why I rode my bicycle. You seen it out there in the lobby, right?
I seen that.
When
It
you
looked
walked
nice. You
in,
look like,
he
you look
walked
like-
in. He's like, "Hey, you brought your bike?" I said, "Yeah, man." It had said Harley Davidson.
You look
on
like
the
Pee Wee
side.
Herman.
All right. So speaking of bikes, I want to step back a little bit because I want to show you something. You know, you've been doing some things, and I've been doing not much of anything. But one of the things I did recently is I went to catch up with a bunch of old friends from high school out in Babylon. There's a Van Halen tribute band, which these guys were like spot on for the look,
Nice.
the costumes, even their performances. Bobby, can we go through those pictures there?
I didn't think you were a Van Halen fan.
I one of the last concerts I
like
went
Van
to
Halen,
was
yeah.
Van Halen at Jones Beach. Or we can just keep talking about Van Halen.
There he is.
So there's my actual bike on the left, and my buddy Eric McGee is one of high school friends. You know, we decided we were going to take a ride out, and we rode out and went there. They had over 3,000 people there.
Wow.
Tanner Park, I didn't know.
Oh, Tanner Park,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is one of my buddy Joe Trigley. growing up, well, he had a twin brother in school. They really weren't identical, but they were supposed to be. But you could tell them a
It was
a lot.
supposed to be?
Yeah,
I
you could
don't
tell
get
them
that.
apart easily.
What's the matter? They pulled him out the wrong way?
Yeah, they pulled him out sideways.
Oh, okay.
And this is cool. This guy, he's always got to squat down. Jim Austin, he's always got to squat down and be in pictures. And that's some of the fun we had there. And it's was something to do outdoors.
Where are you in that picture? I don't see it.
The light wasn't on. Well, you laugh, right? But so you can see the progression of the sky, right, as it's getting darker during the night. So we're out there and taking pictures, and now it gets a little bit dark, and just that picture right there.
Yeah.
I said, Eric, man, you gotta turn the flash on. I'm black, man. He's like, oh.
He didn't know you were black.
Everyone forgets. Everyone forgets.
Well, I tell you, we got the place lit up like Luna Park in here for you. We got like
That's so because I'm black. You
are?
You gotta look. This looks so silky. And what I do is especially on Mondays just before the show, I shave it.
Yeah, no, it looks nice.
It looks and then it glistens a little bit more.
You know who you look like?
Oh.
Apollo Creed's trainer in Rocky.
No.
He had a nice shiny head.
No, but he was no. Oh yeah.
Oh, you want to look like Evander Holyfield?
No, how about I do this? You've been doing a great job looking like Pat Marone and Ralph Cramden.
Yeah.
So how about I just look like Andrew Washington?
All right, that's if you want to go through life being like Andrew Washington, go ahead. Pretty boring.
Why do you think? Why do you think
a guy that wants to be a comedian and
that's why I come up with so many AKAs, AKA Mr. CGYS, AKA Funny Man.
Let's talk a little bit about you. You got some things I seen on Facebook. You got some things going on. I actually congratulate Johnny, but you don't get back to me. But you've been doing some good things lately.
You congratulated me on social media?
Yeah.
And I didn't see it?
Yeah.
I'm so used to scrolling through shit that you post.
Well, I was happy for you.
Well, I'm sorry. Which
good.
one was it? I'm not doing anything.
I forgot. It was just so exciting to see you doing something good.
It was that exciting.
I think you were doing your comedy.
I did start recently to do this comedy stuff, and I was just...
And I think you got something on a show or something. You get picked for some show or something?
Yeah, I'm doing... we're going on tour with the Den Comedy Tour, so that's part of the reason I got to be funny. I'm trying to work my way into
Well,
that.
then good luck with that, because so far you're failing.
I'm failing. I feel like I'm failing.
Oh, you should practice with your monologue at night.
I just thought
in the beginning of the show.
I just thought about that.
For the audience that didn't know, he was laughing. I mean, I was falling asleep out in the thing when he was doing his monologue. So, you have to get a little more exciting. You got to get like
I thought about
funny.
the music, the whole vibe, but my vibe's been off, man. I'm missing my buddy
You are
Frank.
a little off tonight, though. You are a little off tonight. You're a little laid back. You look like you're a little under the weather.
I don't know what it is. I'm just shit's just not falling into place, and you got to try to fight through it.
And where's Frankie? I think
Frankie's having a better life than I am.
Well, Frankie's a good guy. You're a good guy too. But I mean, you guys. I think you're a little more relaxed. I think you got like a little nervous when I come in. You thought I was gonna.
You think?
You thought I was gonna. You thought I was gonna, try to take over the show.
No. I actually look for it.
I'm actually being laid back with you today.
I know, and it sucks.
Well, you developed such a good following. I think when I first watched it, you had 10 people watching. Now you got like 25. So I mean, it's.
I'm getting there, man.
Yeah. And that was like 8 months ago. So
yeah, it takes a while. It takes a while, man. It takes a while to keep them tuned in.
You know what? All kidding aside, I really commend you for what you're doing. You're following your dreams and doing. What are you doing today? What are you a waiter or something?
I work out at the clubhouse in East Hampton.
Yeah, I see you doing that. That's where you meet all these muckety. That's where you meet Gooden. You meet all these people.
No, Gooden was at another thing. I was hired to do that event.
But you met a couple of celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
You're like
Neil
one
Patrick
of those
Harris,
paparazzis and stuff.
Neil Patrick Harris, I got to do some magic for, and him and his kids. Julia Banderas from Fox 5 News.
So maybe that's what you should be, a paparazzi.
Paparazzi?
Yeah, you should be a paparazzi.
Ah, man. But here, you want to know the shitty thing about my job out east? You do the right thing. I'm going on tour, supposedly. So I let them know months ahead of time. I say, this should be happening. So as we get closer, they cut my hours.
Yeah, because it's the busiest time of the year. You're leaving them in the
I'm not
busiest time
leaving
of the year. Oh, you're not?
No, who knows about this tour? They say I'm going, but until I get a contract with dates, I
And
don't.
now you were nice enough to let them know,
Right.
which
Now,
you probably shouldn't have told them.
Right, but then you're a scumbag for
No, you aren't, because you still have enough time to. If you tell the people you're doing a tour, at least give me like a couple of weeks before, or a month or two before you do it. Let me know. So I
No,
can
but
tell
for my job, I'm the manager.
You did the right
of
thing.
the thing, so I had to teach somebody how to fix the bowling alleys and do things like that. So
Oh, what do you set pins up?
It's a string bowling machine, string bowling lanes, but they do. It's a computer. You got
string bowling?
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's full size. Everything is the same except they're just on strings.
All right. But I don't think that's good for you to work a string bowling thing.
No.
Because you could do some. You're a magician, so now you can mess.
with
the people. You can mess with the people.
I do that.
And see, I know that. So you're a magician. Yeah. So that's not fair.
But actually, one of the things I'm worried about, because sometimes I have to stick my hand in the machine and there's moving parts, and I said, "Yo, listen, these hands have become my livelihood. I don't want to do it. Stop looking at my hands up and down. Like, look at your shit, man." Oh, you got 17 band-aids on your goddamn hand.
I burnt myself.
See, you
don't want to see that thing. It's like a blister.
What kind of chef burns himself?
Listen, I was cleaning off the grill yesterday.
Oh, so a chef that doesn't know the fucking grill's hot.
Yeah, are you allowed to curse on this?
I just did.
Oh, wow, that's not right. You're never going to get on cable if you curse.
I might never.
Did you ever get on cable yet?
Oh, so you're trying to make this about me? No, I haven't gotten on cable yet.
How come?
Because I just said the F-bomb.
No, but you won't say that. We can bloop that out.
No, I hope to. Bobby doesn't like me enough to get us on cable.
Well, there's not that many people.
All his favorites are.
A lot of people don't like you. That's probably the main reason why. It's not just Bobby.
Oh, I get that, 100%. 100%. I can go through a list of people who don't like
you're a
me.
good guy. I'm just teasing you. Now, whatever happened, Norm, you work. I'm not interviewing you now.
That's
Now, weren't
cool.
you doing some work with the wrestlers, James, Big
Yeah,
James and stuff? Weren't you doing some
Wow,
interviews?
look at this.
Yeah, see?
My NAX wrestling.
Yeah, they're good guys, man. Yeah,
NAX
give it up.
wrestling.
Yeah.
We just had an event that we did not too long ago, but for the wrestling, it's not something that happens often. It's like usually every 6 months. It costs a lot to put the shows on. You pay the wrestlers, the insurance that goes with it. So, and I think really from watching his last show, I think he's backing down from the wrestling.
He is?
I think so. In
He's
the
so
ring,
good. They got all those guys. They got all those guys in there. They're so
I
good.
think in the ring,
Oh yeah, wow.
But remember, he is 50.
I don't think I haven't talked to James in a while. He had some things going on. His mom was sick and stuff, so maybe he's taking a break now. But he'll be back, I'm sure.
I interviewed him. I gave him his last interview,
wow.
and it sounded like he was passing. I even asked him during the interview. I said, "It sounded like you're passing the torch to Jimmy Jack Cash."
In the movie, if it ever gets released, Good Friday, he did some nice fight scenes. He orchestrated some nice fight scenes. I mean, he could do that in movies.
Well,
too.
yeah, I heard
he
that.
played Andre the Giant in the Brawler.
Yeah, which I did watch.
He's a great guy. I acted in another movie. I don't know if it's going to be a Good Samaritan with him too. Great guy.
I
James.
just saw a poster for that one not too long ago.
James is a good guy.
But that's one of the things in this acting community here. Sometimes you think you want to branch out of it because everyone stays within a circle. Everyone works with everyone multiple times. It's like you have a good group of people, so you kind of, And plus, how hard is it to find a 7 foot tall? I need a giant.
But that happens in real in the big movies, like Scorsese uses the same guys. Yeah.
So, but they get paid.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Why you don't get paid in it?
Not really in these independent films.
Once you move up, you get paid.
Oh, I'm at the bottom rung right now.
I think you got a lot of.
Can I skip a few?
No, you got to listen. I do a lot of stuff for free too. You got to do. I do it for the love too. I'm
going broke doing so many things for free. How about that one?
Well, because you gave up your hours at the clubhouse.
I didn't give them up. They said, if you're going to leave us.
You open your mouth.
I know. I was trying to do the right thing. That's sometimes a bad thing. Listen, we're going to take a commercial break.
Never rat on your friends and always keep your mouth shut.
Pat Marone. We'll be back after this.
So I said, no, you take the dollar. And she said, how does it go? Oh, keep it no other hand.
Me?
Doesn't always. High five now. High five. High five me with that hand. Wait, go back. This one. Let me see that. Let me see that hand. Listen to the man. Let me see that hand. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Am I? Did someone put drugs in my
Would that be cool if I can do that for you? Watch this. If you take your foot here and you just shake it a little bit like this,
You gotta tie your shoe.
you can sit there and tie your fucking shoe. The hell are you even doing? Was your card the 8 of diamonds?
You motherfucker! Yo,
Was
you
your
a-
card the 8 of diamonds?
Yo, hold the fuck.
He ain't shit for that.
I gotta go to church.
That was dope.
I gotta yo.
So, I was watching that last video, and I was actually watching you watch that last video. You often give me so much praise for my magic, it almost sounds like you saying your magic sucks. That donut popped out and got your ass, didn't it?
First of all, I couldn't even see it.
Come
the TV
on.
screen's so small. You look
This
at me,
guy-
I couldn't see it. I didn't even know you.
Is that what it was?
We were doing magic?
So, Pat Marone is back on the scene. You know, his Bell's palsy's done with. His supermarket stakeout is done with. So now he's getting back to the comedy. Which
Well, I
is
never
how
stopped. I just
well,
didn't know
stop. Can I finish talking?
Oh, yeah, sure.
So now he's getting back to the comedy, which is how I met him. And he sometimes, all right, I'm going to tell the truth. Pat's one of the funniest guys I know. I don't know, he must be heavily medicated today. But in the last 15 minutes, we're going to see if we can resurrect some of that from him. How you doing, Pat?
Oh, hey.
So what do you got coming up now? You getting
I'm
back
going
on
to
the
be doing a show at the Roslyn Cellar in Roslyn, the old My Father's place.
I have no idea. I'm a Suffolk guy.
Well, that's why you're so messed. You got to get out, branch out. Suffolk County. Anyway, I'll tell you about Suffolk County. Roslyn Cellar in Roslyn used to be the old My Father's place. We got Freddie. I'm going to be opening for Freddie Rubin. I think I'm MC, and I think talk to Frank Macri, Richie Schultz, whatever his name. Good, very funny guy. I worked with Richie once before. Very funny guy. Frank Macri and Freddie Rubino, and so my friend Jimmy Caniglione. It's his joint. He runs the joint, and he's actually Jimmy is it's a pretty funny thing about Jimmy. Good guy. He does some acting too. He just did a commercial for Nature's Balance. I think it was
Nature's Bounty?
Nature's Balance in Nature.
Oh, gosh.
I'm like you now. I'm pronouncing things. But he's a good friend of mine. He's very good, and he guess what he has a business. He picks up dog shit.
No,
It's called Scooby Doo.
No, listen.
He has these trucks, these little small trucks, and he goes out and he picks up dog shit.
We used to have, when I was with the Long Island Ducks, we had a contract with Poopy Gone.
Oh yeah.
These guys make a fortune.
Oh yeah, he does good. He sells the kit to be your own start thing to other people around in other states and stuff. He has a big business. He's a nice guy.
Do you realize that someone just came up with a franchise based on scooping poop?
Yeah, geese poop, everything. Yeah.
And Long Island Geese Patrol, we had them too. It's crazy what people do.
The golf courses with the geese.
Oh, they're really bad. We tried everything, but the best thing to work is just the dogs because they don't like. If the dogs come and chase them,
They put the fake dogs in the golf
that
course.
doesn't work.
I know that. The Bergen Point and everywhere.
Yeah. So when the dogs come and chase you, then they get to have the sense that the dogs come.
And you got to
so
worry
they're
about the
not
dog
coming
shit.
back. But that's what you call poopy dogs.
Well, anyway, getting back to you
Me,
being
you.
a Suffolk County guy.
Ay.
Now, you used to live all the way out in Coram?
That's what.
Let me tell you.
You used to live out there?
No. No, really. I'll tell you. I started working out in Yaphank. I was, when I left my job at the Regents, but I'm back to the Regents. I worked there for 6 months. I felt like I was in a witness protection program out there. I mean, I couldn't even get a slice of beets out there. Everything was horrible. I mean, the people. I mean, it was crazy. We had this building in the middle of the woods, and it was hard. I said, "How do people live out here?"
You said it all. You were in Yaphank. You're bad.
Yeah, but Coram ain't that great either.
It's like a city compared to Yaphank.
But it was tough.
Yaphank.
Somebody said, "Yeah, go to this pizzeria over there." I went over there. It was like getting Celentano out of a box.
No.
It was horrible. You couldn't find anything. It was just, it was horrible.
But really, some towns are.
And then sometimes when I used to golf out there, I feel like I'm on vacation. I don't feel like I'm living in New York. It's
That's
weird.
the beautiful thing about living out east. You feel like you're on vacation. You don't have the crazy.
Shirley, forget about it. That was horrible.
You just don't go there. It says do not go.
Oh, I'll never be there again.
No.
I just
do not go.
couldn't.
If you GPS, it says do not go.
Yeah,
you don't want to go there.
It's a nightmare out there.
No, it's absolutely.
But that was torture. But I like being in Nassau. I like Nassau County.
See, now being a Suffolk guy,
Queens, the Bronx, Brooklyn.
Well, let's
Staten, Italy.
Italy.
But it's like
You're a Nassau guy. I'm a Suffolk guy. Growing up, I absolutely hated going into Nassau, but I have a reason. My first ticket was in Nassau County. My second ticket was in Nassau County. My third ticket was in Nassau County.
Well, maybe you shouldn't blame Nassau County. Maybe you suck as a driver.
I actually it was not, and I didn't have to pay for any of them because they were bullshit.
What the hell are you complaining about?
But I don't like getting pulled over. It's nervous, man. When you get pulled over, see, you don't get me started. You have no idea what it's like. Get pulled over for a headlight, and the guy's holding his gun. Like, God forbid if I put my hood on like this and drive my car. Okay, I'm getting pulled over.
Listen, as an Italian, do you think it's easy to get pulled over?
But you guys created that history yourself.
But do you think it's easy getting pulled over?
You don't get pulled over.
I got pulled over. I wasn't even drinking once. I wasn't even drinking.
Yeah,
The guys got me going like this.
That happens. I've done that 3 times.
He said he smelled beer on my breath.
And he wasn't even drinking.
I had a beer about 4 hours, a nip, a 7 ounce.
Yeah.
The guys got me in the middle of Stony Brook. Out in the going like this with my hands up. I said, I told you I'm not drunk. He said, I'm sorry. Then why'd you make me go through all that shit for?
No. I have two. I was driving an Uber in Patchogue. You know Patchogue's like the new place to be on the weekends.
Yeah.
So I'm driving an Uber. We're going down North Ocean Avenue, just off of Main Street. I just dropped some people off at one of the restaurants there. So I pull up to the stop sign. I see Suffolk County sheriffs have somebody over there. So I'm looking because I have a lot of friends that are deputy sheriffs. So, of course, with that, I come to a stop. Then I start going. He comes out, lights me up, and he goes, you just went through the stop sign. I said, you're out of your mind. There's no way I went through the stop sign. I said, I see this car right here. I see you over there and another one over there. How am I going through a stop sign? So he goes, were you drinking? I said, no, I'm an Uber driver, so you didn't have anything to drink. I said, no. He's like, you just dropped them off? I said, yeah. He said, go. He wanted me so bad to be drinking. Then I had to do the one thing like you did.
Now you say you got friends that are cops.
Yeah.
So why do you think you get so abused for?
They don't know. I don't use that. I don't use it. But here's the thing. Here's a very, very difficult point where I'm at.
But
right
you
now.
got a lot of interaction with the cops.
But
I
hold
see
on.
you on your videos.
Yeah.
What are you like?
Fuck Nassau County, man.
You're promoting them.
Yeah, but I don't get in trouble when I'm in Suffolk County. It's Nassau County.
But do you think posting all those videos is going to get you out of trouble now?
That's what I'm using it for. Listen, I got I got a truck, right? I recently got a truck. You know how they give you the 10-day inspection sticker?
Yeah.
So I get pulled over. He goes, your inspection's a little out. I said, because like I said, I just got the truck. And I said, but I have my, nah, you don't want to see that one either. I told him. He's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm just working. And he's like, he saw something that said magic. He's like, you do magic? I said, yeah. He goes, you got a magic trick? I said, you going to shoot me if I get out? He goes, no. I said, all right, then I'll get out. And I blew his mind, but he didn't
want... Are you going to shoot me when I...
Yo, you got it. It's my show's called The Truth, man. I got to cover my bases.
When I was younger, I got pulled over. I had a 68 Nova.
Oh, that's a nice one.
But it wasn't a nice one. I bought it for like $250. It was a shit box. So I'm driving down Amityville, and some guy cut me off, and I got my friends in the car, and they were sitting in there. They were drinking in the car. I was like 19, and I'm flying it. And I'm in Amityville. I don't know. I think the thing was 55 miles an hour. I was doing like 16 or 30. So I got pulled over. The cop steps up to the car. He says, let me see your pilot's license, please. I said, sorry, officer, I don't fly a plane. Will a driver's license do? Get out of the car!
But what are you supposed to do?
And he goes, if you don't get out of here, I'm going to impound your car. I said, listen, I just waxed it last week.
That was the last time you saw that car.
Oh, God. I was young. I was a wise ass then, but, what are you going to do?
Say that again? You were young, you were wise as then? Holy Christ.
Oh, God.
So did you use, because we grew up in a time where ass whoopings were normal. Did that help you get, did that, your humor help or cause more pain?
What do you mean, fight? I didn't.
No, parents. Forget fights.
Oh,
ass whoopings.
Parents, no. I grew up. My mother and father were split up when I was 5, so I didn't get much ass whoopings. My father only had to do was raise his voice.
Yeah.
But my mother, she used to hit me with the wooden spoon.
Yeah.
So I used to hide them or throw them out.
See.
Every time she wanted to make a pot of sauce,
you had to buy
she
them.
was cursing me. Where the hell are my wooden spoons? I used to hide them all over the place. She said, "Curse me! Where are these wooden spoons?"
Yeah. Oh, see, that was too easy.
But you need to give a little fear into the kids. Now it's a little too.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not advocating for beating the shit out of them, but
but listen, you might not be advocating for beating the shit out of them, which is wrong. But I am advocating for suspending CPS for a week.
What's CPS?
Child Protective Services.
Oh.
Because these kids, they know, you yell at them, they call Child Protective Services.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think when we were kids, do you think we would have called it on our parents?
We were too scared.
I think we had respect. I think we had respect.
I just didn't know the number. I didn't know the number.
I just knew I was doing wrong, so I deserved anything I got. But I was basically.
But you always knew, right?
I was basically a good kid when I was young. When I got older, I was crazy.
Oh no! See, I was just nuts from about 5 on.
I was playing sports all the time.
So was I. That kept me out of trouble. But when the sports ended, it's like, now what do I do?
Yeah, I was always playing.
What did you play?
I played beach ball. No, I used to play baseball all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you have a love.
I couldn't play high school football because I have scoliosis, so they wouldn't.
No, they wouldn't let you play. We always had to take that test in school. Like, that's just right after.
Yeah, that's why I walk a little like this.
That's right after they, cupped your balls and told you to cough.
Oh, that was the most. In a big line, you stand there, cough. Oh.
That was the most embarrassing thing ever. Like a line full of men just waiting for someone. A bunch of 10-year-olds waiting for someone to throw the ball.
There was once I wasn't there, but my friends was on another team they were joining. They had a woman doctor giving the guys things.
Oh, well, we had that.
Hey, you don't know what happened. I can't talk about it on here with these guys. Yeah, these guys. It's tough for a bunch of 16 or 17-year-old kids having a woman
see, once you get to that age, mine wasn't that old. Mine was elementary school. But once you get into high school, you can't have a woman do that.
No,
man. No, first of all, the reactions that are going to happen are going to be just normal.
Yeah.
Because there's no control. They don't even know you can control it at that point.
Yeah, it was funny. I heard the stories. Yeah, we had a good woman doctor. I said, "Oh shit."
Oh my Lord. So Pat, before we get out of here, you got you anywhere else? You got any shows coming up other than that one?
I just had one canceled on the 30th. No, I'm going to be at the Roslyn Cellar, and then I got a couple of private gigs. But other than that, you can catch me on my Instagram page, pmarone329. Follow me on that. Pat Marone, chef and comedian. You can follow me on that, or you can friend me on Facebook. I got a few openings for friends on Facebook. And Twitter, I'm not on that much. TikTok, I do goofy videos. I make a goofball out of myself on TikTok.
So, I just don't know how you do it. You have more pictures of me than I have of me.
Funny, yeah.
Than I have of me.
I took them off your Facebook.
No, you couldn't have, because I went back and scrolled. I'm like, I don't have these.
We used to have fun. I used to send pictures of Ray too. How's Ray doing?
Ray's doing good. I actually asked Ray to come co-host with me tonight.
He's a good guy.
But he's getting ready to go to Florida.
Is he? Good guy. I miss Ray. He's a good guy. Good guy. Yeah.
Him and Frank are swapping places.
That whole crew, Good Friday crew. Met a lot of nice guys in that.
Yeah, I met a lot of nice people through that whole group.
I hope that movie gets released one day.
I think it's got it. He's been working too hard on it. I know he's been working too long on it, but that was unfortunate circumstances that, I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, Jeff died. 2 guys died.
2 guys, yeah. How do you lose 2 people, 2 key people?
Yeah.
So it's not like you can just put the movie out. No, you got to redo those scenes.
Yeah.
So, but he's sounds very determined.
Well, I hope he does. I mean, I stayed with it to the end, so I hope it.
Yeah. You were married to Teresa Farrow.
In the movie, and not in real life.
No, I know. I said it like that on purpose.
Teresa happens to be an excellent actress. Yeah. I don't know about how good she is as a wife, but
I
she's
know.
an excellent actress.
She's on the 3rd time, so I can't be that good.
She's on the 3rd time. Yeah, she's trouble.
She's
Teresa's wonderful. I love.
She's
Teresa.
awesome. I love Teresa. Every time because she does the show before me, so every time
she got much more views. She's on cable too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I think we got to advocate for Bobby to get you guys on cable.
I got to advocate for a sponsor so I can pay Bobby, or we're done.
Yeah. Well, what about Dino Luzzi?
I will work with Dino Luzzi. I will work with Dino Luzzi any day of the week after he gets rid of Dan Marone.
Dan Marone?
I don't even like to say his name. I'm not doing anything with that guy. And unfortunately, Dino's offered to help with my show, but unfortunately, I believe more in principle and sticking to my guns, and I'm not taking $1 from him as long as that scumbag's still working there.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. I respect that. So you're not going to have a show then?
Pretty much. Pretty much. So if anybody wants to sponsor me, I really do need it.
I think, and I'm not saying it because I'm on the show, this guy's a good man here. Frankie's a great guy.
Frankie's
If you guys have anything you guys want to sell or sponsor, these guys, do it. These guys are good guys, and they'll do the right thing by you.
I try. Frankie's the guy that everyone's like, oh, you got a good show. And Frankie's awesome. What about me?
No, I don't know. Frankie's all right. I think you're the star of this show. I think
no, stop that.
Tonight you're off a little bit. The red eyes.
I don't get it. Man.
You got to quit smoking weed.
No.
I mean, I'm getting a contact high sitting.
No, listen. If it wasn't for marijuana, a lot more people would probably be incarcerated because it keeps me
not this day and they let everybody out neither.
Because
when I got arrested, they wouldn't let me out. Now we're great, you can get arrested, they come right out.
They come right out. No, because I don't want to. I stay so mellow that I just don't want to deal with any bullshit. Yeah. And it's cool. It's like, oh, this guy's acting a fool. He's like, you just go the other way. It's like, I don't care. Yeah. I'm so laid back and so mellow.
You're having fun. Just listen. Keep doing what you're doing.
I'm just trying to be like
just
you,
get
man.
some better guests than me, and maybe you'll get some views.
Is that what it is?
That's probably. I want to come on the show when you have what's his name on there, Nicky Potatoes there.
Well, here, listen. This is something that we talked about when that episode aired, and we are going to do. And I'm pretty much told.
I think it'll be a terrific show. I think it'll be unbelievable. I mean, Nicky Potatoes is one of the best up-and-coming actor, almost as good as me. But Nicky Potatoes is so terrific. He's unbelievable. And his career is going skyrocketing. Not as good as Andrews. I mean, Andrews is, quite frankly, I think Andrews is one of the best guys on Strong Island TV. I mean, much better than John LaRocchia. I mean, he really is. He's much better. I mean, he lets you talk a little bit. John don't let you talk. But anyway, Nicky Potatoes. Well, I'll be on with Nicky Potatoes. Okay?
All right. So what I was trying to say, that's something we are going to set up. Okay. Because I think it'll be extremely, extremely hilarious. The last time we had Nicky on, he was doing his Ray Liotta impersonation.
Yeah, and then Ray Liotta died.
That's why we hope he doesn't do one impersonation of me, because I don't want to die a few months later.
Does Tony Soprano's? He's dead.
He's dead. Yeah, he does. Yeah. I don't know. You know what?
Does he do James Caan?
Oh shit, that'd be really bad. Listen, that's our show for tonight. I enjoyed having Pat Marone. Thank you very much.
I appreciate you having me. It really was a pleasure.
I always enjoy having Pat on. You never know what's coming out of his mouth.
It was just good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to
catch up. No, we haven't.
Good to catch up with you.
Actually, one of the last times I saw you, you were going off to Arizona. You couldn't even tell us where you were going.
Right.
So we just knew you were going to film.
Yeah.
We didn't know where you were going.
I was going to Attica.
And now he's got the FBI following him.
Oh, don't worry, they've been... no more. I hope.
That's our show for tonight. I'm Andrew Washington. That's Pat Marone. Thanks for watching The Truth. We're missing our buddy Frank, but Frank Herrera is always here with us. We'll see you next week, hopefully, if I get a sponsor.